What if I told you that the next time someone takes a verbal jab at you, the kind that makes your stomach clench, you could understand exactly why they're doing it? Not just what they said, but the hidden reason behind the sting. And what if knowing that reason was the key to not letting it destroy you, maybe even to taking your power back? We've all experienced that moment, right? That sinking feeling. Someone says something cutting, maybe wrapped in a fake compliment, maybe just blunt. Your brain scrambles for words, anything, but nothing comes. Blank screen. Then, maybe hours later, showering, driving, trying to sleep. Bam! The perfect comeback hits you. But I'm not just talking about witty replies. I'm talking about those digs that chip away at your self-worth. The ones that make you question yourself, long after the conversation's dead and buried. Those moments that keep you awake at night, replaying the scene, kicking yourself for what you should have said, how you should have stood up for yourself. Let me tell you about someone I knew. Let's call her Sarah. Sarah had this way, this talent really, for finding the one tiny cloud on your sunniest day. Share good news, she'd find the potential problem. Proud of something you did. She'd subtly question if it was really that great, always under the guise of just being realistic or trying to help. It wasn't loud or aggressive, but it was constant. Like a dripping faucet eroding rock, and man, it worked. I started dimming my own light around her, sharing less, celebrating less, just to avoid that inevitable little pinprick to my balloon. I felt smaller, less capable, constantly bracing myself. Sound familiar at all? That feeling, it's not just uncomfortable, it's corrosive. It can literally change the course of your life. There were times I avoided opportunities, stayed quiet in meetings, maybe even turned down chances, all because I was terrified of that feeling, that critical spotlight I couldn't seem to escape. I felt powerless in my own damn life. That's the real cost, isn't it? It's not just awkward moments, it's how those moments make you shrink. So I got obsessed. I needed to understand why. Why do people do that? It wasn't enough to just want to respond better. I needed to know what was driving them. And what I found, honestly, it changed everything for me. It turns out a lot of that criticism flying around, it often has way less to do with you than you think. It's coming from their stuff. Let me break down the 3 big truths I uncovered, the stuff nobody really talks about. Truth number 1, they're desperate for the high ground. You know the type, the person who has to be the smartest in the room, the most knowledgeable, the one in charge, picking at your flaws, correcting you constantly. A lot of times it's not about helping you, it's about them feeling superior. Pointing out your supposed weakness makes them feel strong, makes them feel like the expert, the one you need, especially people close to us, right? They wrap it up in, "I'm just looking out for you." But really, they're trying to keep you feeling like the kid, needing their guidance so they can maintain that feeling of being on top. It's a power play, plain and simple, feeding their own need for control. Truth number 2, they're dumping their own garbage. Okay, lean in for this one, because it's heavy but crucial. Sometimes the harshest critics, they're drowning in their own insecurity, their own self-doubt, maybe even self-loathing. They see the world through that murky filter. So that nasty comment about your success, that nitpicking, it might have nothing to do with you. They're literally projecting their own inner crap onto you. It's like their brain can't hold on to all that negativity about themselves, so it spills out, looking for a place to land. Criticizing you gives them a temporary escape from their own pain. Wild, right? They point the finger out so they don't have to look in. Remember that. When someone's constantly throwing shade, they're often showing you the darkness they're carrying inside. Truth number 3, jealousy. This one can sting, but it's so damn revealing. Think about it. Who spends their precious energy constantly finding fault, trying to tear you down? Someone happy and secure? Probably not. It's often someone who sees something in you. Your talent, your confidence, your relationships, your joy. Something they desperately wish they had but feel they can't get. They can't build themselves up, so they try to pull you down to their level. Belittling your wins makes their own lack feel less painful. It's a defense mechanism born from that sour feeling of comparison. So that person who never acknowledges your strengths, always finds fault. Ask yourself, what do I have that they might secretly want? Their criticism, twisted as it is, can be a backhanded nod to your value. It's the ugly sound of envy. But listen, understanding is one thing. Standing there while someone's taking pot shots at you is another. My old pattern? Freeze up, laugh awkwardly, die a little inside. Yeah, I had to figure out how to actually do something different in the moment, something that didn't involve letting them walk all over my self-worth. It wasn't about being mean back, it was about holding my ground, armed with this new understanding. So here's what started working for me, stuff I kind of stumbled upon. First off, when you sense that need for superiority, that person trying to put you in your place, my gut reaction used to be to defend, prove them wrong, but that just plays their game. Instead, I learned this move. Think of it like a calm deflection. They nitpick, stop yourself from explaining and just say something like, "Got it, thanks for sharing your view." Calm. Done. Or if they question you, flip the script. Real casual. Interesting take. How's that strategy working out on your end? See? No fights and no caving. It shifts the pressure. The first time I did this, just refused to get defensive. I didn't feel aggressive, I just felt solid. Like, nope, not playing that game today. It's incredibly grounding. Then there's the projection shield. This is for when the criticism feels way too harsh, like they're just unloading their own bad day onto you. Arguing's pointless, so instead of absorbing it, I started getting curious. Not sarcastic, genuinely curious. Someone lays into you. Try looking them calmly in the eye and asking, "Wow, that sounds really important to you. What is it about this that's hitting such a nerve?" Or even, "What were you hoping I'd feel or do after hearing that?" I swear it's like hitting the pause button on them. It makes them think about their own intensity. It's not about fixing them. It's about not letting their emotional baggage become yours. The first time I asked someone, "What were you hoping to achieve by saying that?" The look on their face, priceless. It felt like I'd discovered a secret lever. And finally, dealing with the green-eyed monster, jealousy. Those snide remarks trying to dim your shine. They want to see you flinch. Defending your joy just fuels them. So this one's about starving the static. Sometimes the best response is super simple. They make a dig, a quick warm smile, "Thanks," and immediately change the subject. Hard pivot. Other times, especially if it's subtle, that power pause is pure gold. Just a beat of silence. Direct eye contact. Maybe the tiniest hint of a smile that says, "I see you." And then completely ignore the comment. Move on. It drives them nuts because you're denying them the reaction. You're basically saying, "Your bitterness? Not my problem." Honestly, mastering that ignore when someone was clearly trying to rain on my parade. That felt like true confidence. Keeping my own joy safe. Look, these aren't magic spells. It took practice. I felt awkward as hell trying them at first. Probably sounded like a robot sometimes. But every single time I managed one of these responses, instead of falling back into my old freeze or fawn pattern, I felt stronger. Like I was taking back little pieces of myself they'd chipped away. It started changing things, not just in those moments, but inside me. You don't have to fix them. You don't owe them an argument. You just owe it to yourself to protect your own peace. And remember, their issues, not your defects. Their criticism is their story, desperate to find a foothold in yours. Don't let it. Seriously, don't let someone else's internal struggles dim your light or define your value. You are not obligated to carry their baggage. Recognizing why they do it and knowing how to shield yourself, that's freedom. What about you? Have you dealt with these types of critics? Which reason, superiority, projection, jealousy, hits home the most? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's talk about it. Support each other. You're definitely not alone in this. Remember to protect your peace like it's precious. Because it is. You deserve respect, starting with how you refuse to let negativity define you. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Take care of yourself, and I'll catch you in the next one.